plastics. Do you know more than 17.6 billion pounds of plastic is dumped in the sea every minute in a year? Plastic is everywhere. You go to the supermarket, you will find plastic. You go to the ocean, to school, to restaurant, you will find plastic. But much of these plastics ends up as trash. Single-use plastics such as straws, grocery bags, and packaging products are particularly detrimental. About 40% of single-use plastic are not recycled from all the plastic waste. They will damaging natural habitats, endangering wildlife, and polluting the communities around the world.
Plastics are not made naturally, as most plastics are manufactured and derived from propylene, a simple chemical component of petroleum. In the presence of catalyst and heat, monomers of propylene link together to form strong carbon-carbon bond, which forms a polymer called the polypropylene.
And eventually, plastics will take years to decompose. Pollution. The usage of plastic has been extremely wide around the world, and plastics occupies almost everywhere where human beings reside. Next, plastic threatens the aquatic life. Most of the plastics will end up in the ocean. These poor aquatic wildlife can be entangled in plastic or even ingest the plastic debris, which can cause suffocation, starvation, and drowning. And last but not least, plastic will also threaten the human being. And this is how plastic threatens human beings. Plastics remain in the food cycle as humans eat fish that has ingested plastics from the ocean. When we ingest the fish, the plastic is then in our body. The accumulation and increasing amount of microplastics in our body may result in nervous system problems, hormonal imbalance, and cancer, and even other serious conditions. So that is why we should all go towards zero plastic usage in the world.
So there are many ways that we can do to achieve goals about towards zero plastics usage in the world. Firstly, we can use reusable bag when shopping. The bag can be recycled when it becomes worn out, and the bag can be obtained in shops as low as 4 ringgit only. Every Saturday is a no plastic bag day. The government has set the penalty of 20 cents for plastic bags as a gentle reminder to the consumers to gradually bring their own bags. And this campaign had appeared to have effectively reduced the use of plastic bags from day to day. So now, I have a question to you. Do you think that reduce, reuse and recycle still relevant nowadays? The answer is yes. And the government had implemented another 2 R's and make it 5 R's project, which is refuse and rot. Refuse is say no to the plastic things, and rot is learn how to compose all your organic waste.
All in all, we are all agree that we are living in an age where disposables have become a way of life. Yes, plastic bags affect many people, but not only the consumers, but the animals and environment. More scientists and researchers concerned at these negative effects, which brings to the home of researcher Ipsos Malaysia to come to the rescue. The results from the survey data shows that in Malaysian eyes that the government should lead a way in reducing the plastic usage. So what does the government do? In 2018, the government has launched a project in supporting this issue, which is called as Malaysia's Roadmap Towards Zero Single-Use Plastics in 2018 to 2030. The vision of this roadmap is to take a holistic approach by involving all stakeholders in jointly addressing single-use plastic pollution in Malaysia. This project was inspired by the countries that practice zero waste in their countries. One of them is Japan, which shows the path to zero waste. The Japanese have proven to be extremely efficient at reusing and recycling their waste. But the most exciting is their citizens are independently manage their own waste through a system of classification and pickup schedules that they fulfill flawlessly without any order of the government. Such an inspiring story, right? So to conclude, it is clearly shows that zero plastic waste is a challenging target, considering that plastic is used in majority of the consumer. However, as the saying goes, we do not need a handful of people doing zero waste perfectly. We need millions of people doing it imperfectly. It shows that zero plastic waste could possibly happen if and only if people gathering hands to help this to be possible. After all, winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. We are all in this together to make it happen.